Hello students, welcome to All 4 C Learning. This is session 58. In previous session, we learned oxidation properties of alcohols with different oxidizing agents, in which way you are getting products and what mechanism they are going to adopt. And ultimately, from primary alcohols we are getting aldehydes, secondary alcohols we are getting ketones, and tertiary alcohols are quite resistant towards oxidation. Primary alcohols during oxidation we are getting aldehyde with same number of carbon atoms, and which on further oxidation we are getting same number of carbon atom containing carboxylic acid. Secondary alcohols upon oxidation we are getting ketones with same number of carbon atoms, and during oxidation of that particular ketone, if the ketone is unsymmetrical, then it follows Popoff's rule, and in Popoff's rule already we learned that carbonyl group always goes with less number of carbon atom containing alkyl group, and during oxidation of ketones you are getting less number of carbon atom containing carboxylic acid. And tertiary alcohols generally do not undergo any oxidation, they undergoes dehydration, and resultant you are getting alkene. Later that alkene further undergoes oxidation, we are getting carbonyl compound, and the carbonyl compound further oxidation we are getting carboxylic acids. Now, after oxidation of alcohols, let us discuss reduction of alcohols. In this session, we are going to learn reduction of alcohols and then test for alcohols. During reduction, earlier we discussed concentrated HI and red phosphorus. This is a strong reducing agent. Concentrated HI and red phosphorus is strong reducing agent, and alcohols can be easily reduced by concentrated HI in presence of red phosphorus. We are getting alkanes as product. ROH plus HI in presence of red phosphorus. We are getting RH. RH is nothing but alkane, and we are getting PI3. In this reaction, whether the alcohol is primary or secondary, whatever it is, it undergoes secondary, tertiary, whatever it is, it completely reduces to alkanes. Clear? But because of concentrated HI is strong reducing agent, other reducible groups, if any are there, like aldehyde group, carboxylic group, or keto group, any of these, then they also further reduce to alkane. That means here any other reducible groups are there. HI concentrated can reduce that other reducible groups also along with alcohols. And here aldehydes and ketones, carboxylic acids, as we learned in previous sessions, carboxylic acid upon reduction we are getting aldehydes. Aldehydes upon reduction we are getting alcohols, and alcohols upon reduction we are getting alkanes. These are all stepwise reduction methods. So either carboxylic acids or aldehydes or ketones, simply we can say carbonyl compounds or alcohols, all of these completely reduced to alkanes. So this method, wherever these groups are there, we need to take precaution, and which type of precaution that we have to take, that we will discuss in carbonyl compounds lesson. And alcohol group converts into alkane. And beyond of that, one more method is lithium aluminum hydride in presence of titanium trichloride and or AlCl3. This TiCl3 or AlCl3 is nothing but Lewis acid, electron pair acceptor. See here what happened. With lithium aluminum hydride, TiCl3 or AlCl3, alcohols can be easily reduced. But remember, all alcohols cannot reduce by this method. If as alcohol, as we discussed in previous session, all alcohols cannot be reduced directly. Being alcohols, they cannot reduce. So for that, what we have to do? First, we need to convert that alcohol into tosylate esters. Tosylate esters can be easily reduced by lithium aluminum hydride in presence of AlCl3 or TiCl3. I am repeating, being alcohol, all alcohols may not participate in the reaction. Means all alcohols may not reduce by lithium aluminum hydride because of OH group is there, and OH group directly cannot be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride. So for that, what we are going to do here, we need to convert that OH into ODS first. OTS is nothing but tosylate ester. So when we are using tosylate ester, obviously that tosylate ester can be reduced by lithium aluminum hydride. Have a look here. Alcohol upon reaction with tosyl chloride, and tosyl chloride, this oxygen is going to attack upon this sulfur in order to accommodate that lone pair, pi electrons are shifted towards oxygen, and upon reversal of that, Cl has to come out as Cl minus. That Cl minus subtracts H plus. In order to take that H plus means and Cl minus, we have to use pyridine. Pyridine as well and weak base. This weak base absorbs HCl and it removes HCl, nothing but you are getting tosylate ester. And after formation of this tosylate ester, then we are using lithium aluminum hydride. This lithium aluminum hydride is good reducing agent and it furnishes H minus. This H minus attacks upon this alkyl group and this O along with electron it has to leave away. Nothing but this reaction is SN2 mechanism. This mechanism is SN2 mechanism. So if problem here is directly OH group cannot be replaced. As I mentioned that all alcohols cannot reduce. All alcohols cannot reduce by this one. Because here whenever we are using AlCl3 complex and alcohol of oxygen has to form bond with AlCl3, all alcohols may not. Means if in case of secondary and tertiary alcohols, this oxygen is more bulky and in such a case it is not able to donate its electron pair properly. That's why in such a case the reaction cannot be proceed. Means reduction may not happen. But when we convert that alcohol into tosylate ester, now this whole group is good leaving group. This whole group is good leaving group and it has more tendency to leave. Hence, we can easily reduce that alcohol, means tosylate esters of alcohols into alkanes. We can easily reduce. Now, these are the reduction properties of alcohols. And after that, test for alcohols. So, how can you identify alcohols? For that, a steric ammonium nitrate test is there. Steric ammonium nitrate test, also called a CAN test. CAN test. This is test for alcohols, and whenever if you get the positive response, it indicates presence of alcohol. If you do not get the magenta color, then in such a case we can say absence of alcohol. Means presence or absence of alcohol. In order to identify that, we are using steric ammonium nitrate test. In steric ammonium nitrate, we are using yellow color steric ammonium nitrate. Yellow color steric ammonium nitrate as reagent. So first of all, we have to focus on the steric ammonium nitrate. NH4 taken twice, CeNO3 taken 6 times. This is the complex. Complex compounds properties are quite different compared to remaining salts that we will learn in coordination complexes. Here, those which lies outside of this coordination sphere. This is what we call square bracket and coordination sphere. And those ions which lies outside of the coordination sphere, they are freely ionizable. Nothing but these are spectators. These are not going to take part in the reaction. This is what we call spectators. Spectators means audience. They will not take part in the reaction. And CeNO3 taken 6 here. Cerium oxidation state is +4. Cerium oxidation state is +4. It is surrounded with 6 nitrate ions. And this nitrate ions what we call ligands. Nitrate ions what we call ligands. So here 6 nitrate ions are there. These 6 nitrate ions are coordinated with Ce+4. And this one upon reaction with alcohol, what happened? One of the NO3 minus will be replaced by OR minus. I am repeating. One of the NO3 minus replaced by OR minus. Resultant we are getting complex here. RO, here RO, C, out of 6 NO3, right now it has only 5. So RO, C, NO3 taken 5. And here this complex has a negative charge because of NH4, each NH4 base 1 plus, like that 2 NH4 ions are there outside of the coordination sphere. So this positive part is +2, obviously counterpart will be -2. And here we are getting same RO, C, NO3 taken 5 times. Its charge also -2. And here there is no change in oxidation state of +4. That means this is not neither oxidation nor reduction. That means this reaction is not a redox reaction. This reaction is nothing but a displacement reaction. Which one displaces?
nitrate group displaced by OR minus. NO3 minus group displaced by OR minus. Because of one of the NO3 minus replaced by OR minus, and what we call ligand is going to change. Because of change in ligand, electronic structure of Ce+4 is going to change. I am repeating, because of change in the coordinated group, means from nitrate to OR minus, what happened here? Electronic structure of Ce+4 is going to change. Why it is going to change? That depends upon again crystal field splitting or crystal field theory that we will learn in coordination complexes, not now here. But simply here we have to focus one of the NO3 minus is going to be replaced by OR minus because of one of the ligand is going to change or displace. Because of that one, electronic structure of Ce+4 is going to vary, means differ in their number of unpaired electrons. Hence, color is going to change. Earlier it was yellow color, ceric ammonium nitrate is yellow solid. Right now it turns to magenta color, an alkoxy derivative of cerium 4. An alkoxy derivative of cerium 4, it is magenta color. And a yellow color when converts into magenta color, that indicates the presence of alcoholic group. If there is no such color change, we notice. If there is no color change, we notice. In such a case, we can say this any compound do not have any alcoholic group. So test for alcohols. First one is ceric ammonium nitrate test we discussed. In ceric ammonium nitrate, we are getting magenta color. Magenta color is nothing but red color. That red color is obtained. Earlier it was ceric ammonium nitrate was yellow color. Yellow color converts into red color because of change in electronic structure. And the magenta color complex also in some books indicated as ROH taken twice, CnO3 taken twice, and NH4NO3. Like this, we are going to mention here 4 times 2 NH for NO3. RO minus only replaces that NO3 minus. Ultimately, this one is magenta color or red color. Beyond of that, litmus test alcohols are neutral towards litmus. Means they do not change red litmus into blue or else blue litmus into red. They are neutral towards litmus. Alcohols do not have any acidic hydrogen, and alcohols do not respond to litmus test. And acylation. Alcohols upon reaction with the acylation means either acyl chloride or benzoyl chloride. Let us say ROH upon reaction with RCl1OCl. HCl will leave away and we are getting ester. Ester has a fruity odor. With the acyl chloride or benzoyl chloride, C6H5COOCl, that what we call benzoyl chloride. With the acyl chloride or benzoyl chloride, alkyl alcohols liberates HCl and fruity odor. Fruity odor is nothing but ester. So these are the 3 tests for alcohols to identify alcohols. Whether the given compound is alcohol or not, we can identify by using 3 tests. One is litmus test, it is neutral towards litmus, and the second one is ceric ammonium nitrate test. If alcoholic group is there, yellow color ceric ammonium nitrate is going to convert into magenta color or red color. And the third one is upon acylation or benzoylation, it liberates HCl or hydrogen halides, and we are getting ester. And beyond of that, how can you distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols? Well, first 3 tests are whether the given compound is alcohol or not, we can identify by using these 3. And whether what alcohol you are having, primary alcohol or secondary alcohol or tertiary alcohol, which alcohol we are having, that we can identify by using this test. Already regarding this test, we already learned Lucas test and dichronic test, catalytic dehydrogenation, Victor Meyer's test. Lucas test already we learned Lucas reagent. Lucas reagent is anhydrous ZnCl2 and concentrated HCl. Anhydrous ZnCl2 and concentrated HCl, and anhydrous ZnCl2 and concentrated HCl. With this reagent, what we call the Lucas reagent. Tertiary alcohol gives turbidity immediately. Secondary alcohol gives turbidity about 5 minutes, And primary alcohols takes long time. As we learned in previous session, turbidity means what? Earlier alcohols, they are soluble in water because they are able to form hydrogen bond with water, hence they are soluble. As alkyl halides do not have that much solubility like alcohols, so alkyl halides cannot soluble. That's why we are going to say turbidity means which is insoluble, that one, that what we call turbidity. Tertiary alcohols, because of tertiary carbocation is more stable, that's why tertiary alcohol responds much faster. Secondary carbocation relatively less stable, that's why it responds a little slow, means it will take about 5 minutes. And primary carbocation is highly unstable. Primary carbocation is highly unstable, that's why without formation of carbocation, reaction has to proceed. Hence, primary alcohol do not give turbidity immediately, it will take much long time. Okay, and when alcohol is a tertiary alcohol, anhydrous ZnCl2 not required. Even though in absence of anhydrous ZnCl2, tertiary alcohol gives turbidity. Tertiary alcohol gives turbidity directly with hydrogen halides, but primary alcohol do not give like that. Primary alcohol requires ZnCl2, and even though we are providing, it will take much long time. This one what we call a Lucas test, and the second one is a dichromate test. And in previous session we learned in oxidation reactions, primary alcohols upon oxidation we are getting aldehydes, and aldehydes further oxidize to carboxylic acids. And throughout this change, alcohols to aldehydes, aldehydes to carboxylic acid, there is no change in number of carbon atoms. There is no change in number of carbon atoms. And moreover, potassium dichromate, it has orange color. That orange color, after completion of that oxidation, it turns to green color. So in potassium dichromate, Cr plus 6 converts into Cr plus 3. This Cr plus 3 is in green color. This reaction also we learned in previous session during oxidation. And secondary alcohols, it converts into ketones. Secondary alcohols oxidize to ketones with the same number of carbon atoms, but ketones further oxidation we need to provide heat energy, and it follows Popov rule. And during oxidation of ketones we are getting less number of carbon atom containing carboxylic acid. So primary alcohol gives same alcohol which consists what number of carbon atoms? Same number of carbon atom containing aldehyde, same number of carbon atom containing carboxylic acid. In case of secondary alcohols upon oxidation gives ketones with same number of carbon atoms, but ketones further oxidation gives carboxylic acids, less number of carbon atoms. Tertiary alcohols do not undergo any oxidation, undergoes dehydration. Okay, so tertiary alcohol do not undergo dichromate oxidation. For that reason also we learned that in case of tertiary alcohol, OH containing carbon is not attached to any hydrogen. All three are alkyl groups only. That's why CC bond breaking do not take place that much easily. And the third one, catalytic dehydrogenation. Catalytic dehydrogenation is nothing but heating with copper and 300 degrees Celsius. Heating in presence of copper up to 300 degrees Celsius. Primary alcohols upon dehydrogenation we are getting aldehydes. Secondary alcohols upon dehydrogenation we are getting ketones. And tertiary alcohols upon dehydrogenation do not take place. Dehydrogenation do not take place. Again, what happened? Alkene formation takes place. We are not getting any dehydrogenation product. And last one, Victor-Meyer's test. Victor-Meyer's test not only distinguishing test for alcohols, but also alkyl halides, but also nitro compounds. Means for all these three we can use Victor-Meyer test. In this case, what happened? Let us see. Primary, how can we distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols? I am going to consider primary alcohol RCH2OH, which upon reaction with the HI are red phosphorus and I2. Red phosphorus and I2, we are getting PI3 upon reaction with alcohol, we are getting RCH2I. So we are getting primary alkyl halide. Primary alkyl halide upon reaction with the AgNO2 silver nitrate, then AgI precipitate out here. AgI yellow precipitate, it separates out, and we are getting RCH2NO2. And after form, this NO2 group is a strong electron withdrawing group. Being strong electron withdrawing group, this carbon containing hydrogens are little bit acidic. which upon reaction with HNO2 nitrous acid. As we know, HNO2 is highly unstable inside of the reaction. We need to add NaNO2 and HCl. Then what happened here? H2O molecule eliminate out. H2O molecule eliminate out. Then we are adding C double bond N in between this carbon and nitrogen. Double bond formation R C double bond NOH NO2. And this one is nothing but C double bond NOH containing compounds are called oximes. C double bond NOH containing compounds are called oximes. And here still OH group is there. Upon treatment with NaOH, this H plus will be displaced by Na plus. You are getting salt. Now, once again, throughout the reaction, primary alcohols upon reaction with HI, we are getting alkyl iodides. Alkyl iodides upon reaction with AgNO2, we are getting nitrolic acid, which is blue in color. Nitrolic acid blue in color, which upon reaction with NaOH or KOH means this one can react with base. Because of it consists acidic hydrogen, it can react with base and form salt. That salt exists in red color. So all these sequence of reactions we can notice in case of primary alcohols. But in case of secondary alcohols, let us see RRCHOH. This is secondary alcohol. This secondary alcohol upon reaction with red phosphorus and iodine RHI, then this OH group will be replaced by iodine. This one is secondary alkyl iodide. Secondary alkyl iodide upon reaction with the AgNO2. Here AgI precipitate out. Then we are getting RRCHNO2. This RRCHNO2 after formation of this one, upon reaction with nitrous acid HONO, this hydrogen and this OH group is going to live as water molecule. Then we are getting RRCNO2 and NO. See, here you are not getting any nitrolic acid, and this one do not have any acidic hydrogen, which is in blue color. Pseudonitrile. This name is pseudonitrile. Pseudonitrile formation takes place, which is blue in color, and this one upon reaction with NaOH, because of absence of acidic hydrogen, here we can say no reaction. Secondary alcohol upon reaction with red phosphorus and iodine RHI, we are getting alkyl halides. This one also secondary alkyl halide. This secondary alkyl halide upon reaction with the AgNO2, silver nitride, AgI separate out, and we are getting nitroalkane, secondary one. So this one upon reaction with nitrous acid, earlier this double bond O and two hydrogens are there. That's why H2O eliminate out here, and here H2O elimination how takes place from nitrous acid OH and from this carbon hydrogen. H2O eliminate out, and we are getting C and double bond O. Earlier it was C double bond and OH. Since C double bond and OH, which are called oximes containing hydrogens are acidic hydrogen that can react with NaOH. But here in this case we cannot find any acidic hydrogen. That's why upon reaction with NaOH there is no salt formation. Here earlier salt formation takes place, and this one is soluble in water, which exists in red in color. But here after formation of blue color pseudonitrile, it remains as such even though we are adding NaOH. There is no reaction further here. And if alcohol is tertiary alcohol, let us say RCRROH, in this case upon reaction with red phosphorus and iodine, R simply HI. Even because of tertiary alcohols, this one easily replaced by iodine, tertiary alkyl iodide. This one upon reaction with AgNO2, so I minus comes out, and we are getting tertiary alkyl nitrides. So until here okay, and further there is no reaction with HNO2, because in primary alcohols two hydrogens are there, the two hydrogen oxygen eliminate out here as water molecule. In case of secondary alcohols, here this carbon, iodine containing carbon, nitro group containing carbon attached to one hydrogen. That hydrogen and OH comes out here as H2O. Whereas in this case, this carbon do not have any hydrogen. Since do not have any hydrogen, we have to say no reaction. This one is Victor Mayer test to identify, to distinguish primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols. So First three sets are nothing but only identification whether the given compound is alcohol or not. For that, three tests are there. Neutral with a litmus test, neutral, and with the acyl chloride or benzyl chloride you are getting fruity odor and liberation of hydrogen halides. And CD compound nitrate you are getting yellow color. CD compound nitrate converts into red color or magenta color. That three are tests for compounds whether alcohols or not. And remaining these four are distinguishing tests. Means how can we separate primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols? So how can you identify given alcohol is primary, secondary or tertiary? For that we are using this test, Lucas test, dichromacy test, dehydrogenation, catalytic dehydrogenation test and Victor Mayer test. In these tests we can identify whether the given alcohol is primary, secondary or tertiary. See, so far we discussed test for alcohols and distinguishing test for primary and secondary tertiary alcohols. Now test for methyl alcohol. For methyl alcohol there are few tests. Let us see one by one. Methyl alcohol upon reaction with salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is orthohydroxybenzoic acid. With orthohydroxybenzoic acid or salicylic acid, methyl alcohol gives ester, that is what we call the methyl salicylate, which has a fragrant smell, and under the trade name of oil of wintergreen. Methyl alcohol upon reaction with the salicylic acid, it gives methyl salicylate, it is ester, alcohol acid depends on constant sulfuric acid, we are getting ester. So this ester what we call methyl salicylate. This methyl salicylate also called oil of wintergreen, which has fragrant smell. And serum ammonium nitrate test it can give just like ROCNO3 taken 5 times like that. So one of the NO3 minus will be replaced by CH3O minus. And no iodoform, methyl alcohol do not give any iodoform test. In alcohol family, primary alcohol family, only ethyl alcohol gives iodoform test, and methyl alcohol do not give any iodoform test. Except ethyl alcohol, no other primary alcohol gives iodoform test. So here methyl alcohol do not give iodoform test. And last one, methyl alcohol upon oxidation or catalytic dehydrogenation. Upon oxidation means acidified potassium dichromate or catalytic dehydrogenation. Catalytic dehydrogenation takes place by heating red hot copper. Means when methyl alcohol vapors are passed over red hot copper, or when methyl alcohol oxidized by using acidified potassium dichromate, we are getting pungent smell of formaldehyde. These are tests for methyl alcohol. How to identify methyl alcohol? These are the tests.